What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including has Bray Wyatt walked out after missing a live event? What is really going on? The Undertaker will never bring back his gimmick, a WWE superstar facing death threats, CM Punk teasing his next wrestling home, you will literally not be able to see Cena in 2K23, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Bray Wyatt misses a live event. On top of today's news, where is Bray Wyatt? Fans attending the recent live event at Madison Square Garden on 12th March were supposed to see Wyatt battle LA Knight in a lights out match. Instead, they saw Braun Strowman wrestle Knight. So what's going on with Wyatt? Well, WrestleTalk noted, Wyatt did reveal on social media in early February that he suffered some kind of finger injury, but he had continued working dark matches with Knight throughout the month. However, he hasn't had a match since February 26th and hasn't even appeared live in front of the crowd on TV since before Elimination Chamber, which was February 18th. While Wyatt is apparently involved in a feud with Bobby Lashley, the match hasn't been booked yet for WrestleMania. Furthermore, Bobby Lashley hasn't had a face-to-face with Wyatt, and the closest he's had to a physical altercation was with Uncle Howdy. Did Bray Wyatt walk out of WWE after creative issues? What is the real story? Now, there have been rumors of Bray Wyatt walking out of the WWE due to creative issues, which would have cancelled his WrestleMania match. However, Sean Ross Sapp believes that is not the case. He recently wrote on Fightful Select, WWE sources familiar with the situation who have worked with Wyatt claim to Fightful that Bray Wyatt is currently sidelined with a physical issue, and they're not sure on a return time as of now. There had been rumors that Wyatt had walked out due to creative issues, but thus far we haven't gained any information that would confirm that, and haven't been told that from anyone in the company thus far. He continued saying, Bray Wyatt had been slated for other live events and episodes of SmackDown, but was pulled from those due to physical issues, WWE sources claim. However, even though he'd been sidelined, Bobby Lashley continued the feud without Bray Wyatt being there, including last week in a backstage segment. As at one point this weekend, Lashley wasn't scheduled for Raw. Hopefully the rumors of him walking out aren't true, and this is a case of Bray just having physical issues. Next up, The Undertaker will never bring back his gimmick. Now, is The Undertaker ever going to step back into a WWE ring after his Hall of Fame induction? Well, the answer appears to be yes, as fans saw him return on the 30th anniversary episode of Raw. However, there's one incarnation fans are never going to see, that of the Phenom, aka the Dead Man. Undertaker recently spoke with Ariel Helwani about his last appearance on Raw and why fans saw the American Badass persona rather than the persona that made him famous, that of the Phenom. They had a different vision. They didn't even know that I was going to have the hat and coat. They totally thought I was coming out as old Undertaker. I was like, no, that's part of me in the storyline, right? When I lifted the curtain and when I lifted it back and pulled it back, that's gone. It's gone now. Helwani followed up asking if Taker's original persona will ever return, but Taker said, I won't bring the hat and coat back out. No. You may recall a past interview where Undertaker revealed that he has had trouble making the transition from his wrestling persona to that of his real-world persona, Mark Calloway, when he talks with fans at his Undertaker 1 Dead Man show. Perhaps Taker wants to distance himself as much as possible from that persona in order to help him with his new public persona. It could also be a case that he wants the WWE to acknowledge that he is retired and that there's no chance of the Phenom stepping back into the ring. Next up, a WWE superstar facing death threats. Now, a shocking story concerning a SmackDown superstar who has faced death threats for over a year. Brawling Brutes member Ridge Holland recently revealed that he still receives death threats due to him accidentally injuring beloved New Day member Big E on the 11th March 2022 episode of SmackDown. There, Holland suplexed Big E with Big E landing right on his neck. The impact broke two of Big E's vertebrae and could have ended his life. Although Big E was incredibly fortunate, his wrestling future remains unknown. As we recently reported, the New Day strongman is undergoing scans that should help him decide whether he can wrestle again. In the meantime, Holland has been besieged with death threats and more. He recently discussed what he's been through, saying, death threats, threats to my family, lobbying for me to lose my job, being labelled as racist. Great stuff, keep on coming. Big E has repeatedly said he has no bad feelings towards Holland, and it's also well known that Ridge went to visit Big E in hospital after the accident, following wrestler protocol and doing everything he can to show his remorse over what happened. Next up, did CM Punk tease his next wrestling home? Is CM Punk returning to the squared circle once he's fully recovered from the torn triceps he suffered at 2022's All Out? While we don't know if Punk will ever wrestle again, he did tease fans with a recent social media message on Instagram. According to Wrestle Talk, CM Punk was seen working out at a gym with the song Honor Never Dies by Hatebreed playing. Should Punk consider a move to Ring of Honor? Let's look at some of the possibilities, assuming Punk and Tony Khan reach an agreement. Ring of Honor would undoubtedly get a huge boost if Punk returned there. Even though the promotion airs on the subscription-based Honor Club, the show is reportedly already doing decent numbers. Could Punk's presence lead to enough of a boost that a TV network might be interested in picking up Ring of Honor? And moving Punk to Ring of Honor could turn out well, as it would keep Punk away from AEW TV and, more importantly, away from the Elite and Adam Page until all the parties can resolve their differences, if that's even possible. Punk spiked AEW's ratings and buy rates and would likely do the same in Ring of Honor. At some point, AEW and Ring of Honor might do an invasion angle, capitalizing on renewed interest in Ring of Honor. As fans know, CM Punk likes to use social media to troll fans and other wrestlers, so skepticism is recommended. Nonetheless, it's a scenario that makes for an exciting speculation. Obviously, this situation depends on whether Punk wants to return to the ring and whether Tony Khan wants to give him a second chance. Punk might consider heading to Ring of Honor in order to silence his critics and take Ring of Honor to new heights. Just imagine what an accomplishment it would be for Punk if he were to use his star power to make Ring of Honor a huge success. That alone might be an incentive enough for him to consider working in Ring of Honor. Then again, Punk might be happy to sit out the rest of his AEW deal or take a buyout from Khan. Next up, Dragon Lee makes his in-ring debut. A good news for fans of Dragon Lee, as the talented luchador has made a long-awaited in-ring debut. Dragon Lee recently made his first appearance in NXT when he was shown attending the Black and Gold's Roadblock special. They didn't waste any time getting him into the ring, with Lee competing at a recent show in St. Petersburg, Florida. A fan tweeted a photo of Dragon Lee at the show, as Inside the Ropes added, he soared to a debut victory over Eddie Thorpe, the former Carl Fredericks. There was talk that Dragon Lee would wrestle Grayson Waller at the upcoming NXT Stand and Deliver show, but Johnny Gargano is battling Waller. Who would you guys like to see Dragon Lee work with in NXT? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE and AEW interested in former NXT stars. Is former college football player and weightlifter turned wrestler EJ Nduka heading back to WWE? He signed with WWE in 2019, only working 2 matches as Ezra Judge before being released in 2021. However, he's had a strong run in Major League Wrestling and became a free agent earlier this year. While AEW reportedly offered him a contract after he worked an episode of AEW Dark, Fightful reports that WWE is interested in him and he was weighing his options. The site also notes that there's interest in Nduka from promotions in Japan and Mexico. Next up, Undertaker names his Mount Rushmore of wrestling. Well, who does The Undertaker think belongs on wrestling's Mount Rushmore? It's a question many wrestlers asked, and the WWE Hall of Famer finally revealed his choices to Ariel Helwani during their recent interview. There's so many different parameters here of like, okay, who's the in-ring talent? Who's this and all that? I'm just gonna kinda go with, I guess, their effect on the industry. So I'll go Andre, Flair, Austin, Hogan probably. Brother, he was a golden goose. I mean, he didn't get much bigger than, Austin and Hogan. I mean, their impact on the industry, it was crazy. What do you guys think of Undertaker's picks? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, you can really not see John Cena in 2K 2023. Last but not least, has Roman Reigns met his match? While fans wait to see if Cody Rhodes will become the first wrestler to dethrone Roman Reigns in 2.5 years of dominance, it looks like the Tribal Chief has met his match in 2K23. Recently, fans learned that Reigns will have a 99 rating in the upcoming WWE game, but now fans are learning that there's even a bigger dog in the game, John Cena. A recent report from Thirsty for News revealed that there's a very special unlockable character for gamers who defeat the game's showcase mode, which centers around John Cena. Instead of playing him as in a compilation of his matches, players will control his opponents such as Brock Lesnar, Triple H and Roman Reigns, with the ultimate goal of defeating the never give up man himself. Those who successfully complete the challenge showcase mode matches will unlock a strange playable character known as Super Cena. And what is Super Cena? Super Cena is literally invincible and has a perfect 100 stat, making him the strongest character in the game. What do you guys think of this? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.